Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Majo, and in today's video I want to share with you 5 new habits that I want to implement in 2024. So if you're looking for some inspiration for the new year or considering new habits for yourself, then stick around and let's dive in. Before starting with the first habit, I just want to say hi and welcome back. If you're new here, I am Majo and this channel is quite new. I will put videos around career abroad, international student life, and more. So if you are interested in any of these topics and want to suggest more topics for me to talk about, then do comment and do subscribe to my channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into the first habit, which is writing down 3 thoughts or worries right before going to sleep. So if you ever find yourself not being able to get to sleep, not being able to get a good night's sleep because you're too worried, your thoughts are all over your head, then I'd say this habit will pretty much benefit you. So for example, in my case, the other night I wrote 3 things that have been bothering me, which were: the first one was I am so far from reaching my goals. The second was I will never achieve success. And the third one, I think it was I worry too much about what others think. And then this exercise or this habit, it's not only about writing them down, but rather reflecting on them. So when I wrote them, I started with the first one. So I am too far from reaching my goals. Okay. Then I thought, what are my goals? And I started thinking my personal, professional goals, etc. And then I started thinking, have I achieved some of these goals? And the answer was yes. And then I started asking myself, am I getting closer to my goals by actually implementing small steps at a time? And the answer was yes. So I'm not saying that every day I will be productive and trying to achieve the next goal. I'm just saying that I have the bigger picture in my head and I know where I want to go. So that's enough for now. And I actually realized that I've already accomplished some of the things that I thought I couldn't do, whether that was moving abroad, whether that was changing sectors, whether that was regaining my voice, or other things that I could think of. And suddenly, by writing them down and reflecting on it, I realized this has really no sense for me to even think about it. So I move on to the next thought that was worrying me, which was I will never achieve success. So I started also thinking about this second worry or thought, and I started questioning myself. So what is success for me? And I think what I was referring to when I wrote that down was perhaps the success that I see in comparing myself with others, or the success, perhaps economic success, that I don't see myself having right now as I wish to, or any other type of success that in my head I think that I needed in order to be happy, perhaps, and that is not letting me sleep at that moment. So by turning this upside down and really digging into this thought, that I realized that every person has a unique version of success. So what is the point in me comparing myself to others if their own path is no similar than mine? Then with that said, it wouldn't make sense for me to say that I could never achieve success because I have already achieved my own version of success. By given this example, I'm trying to say that you could literally write down anything that you're thinking and really look at that phrase or at that statement, at that I'm not good enough, for example, and really question, why are you thinking like that? Where is that coming from? And soon you will realize, by talking to yourself, by digging into that, you can really easily replace that thought for another positive one, and you can really understand perhaps why are you thinking like this. Perhaps it's something that you're still working on, and that's okay. So that leads us to the third thought that I wrote, which was I care too much about what others think. So I realized that it's true, I care maybe a bit too much about what others think, and that's okay because I'm still learning. So by writing them down, I'm not saying that you will fix the problem that you're writing. You're just gonna trick your mind into being a bit more in peace and to wake up feeling a bit more refreshed because I have unloaded all my worries in a piece of paper. As simple as that. So that's habit one. Now let's go to habit two, which is writing down my itinerary for the next day. So, right after I've written my three thoughts or my three worries, which I want to unload off my mind, I write my itinerary for the next day. This doesn't have to be a perfect itinerary second by second, which I'm gonna follow straight to the line. No, this is going to be an abstract or a draft of what I would think my day or what I want my day to look like tomorrow. For example, one day I wrote from 7 to 8 yoga, from 9 till 1 work, from 1 till 2 lunch, from 2 till 5 finish work, and from 5 till 7 dinner, and perhaps at 8 do an exercise or a journaling exercise or anything that I could think of, or plan with friends, etc. Something that I've already have perhaps that day. I will just write it down in a piece of paper after my three thoughts or worries. This doesn't mean that I will replace my actual calendar. So my actual calendar is actually in Outlook. Everything I need to do regarding my personal life, regarding my work and other stuff is everything is in my Outlook calendar. But this exercise, this habit of writing down your itinerary for the next day in a piece of paper just makes it, and right before going to bed, this exercise just makes our heads a bit more mindful of the things that we have to do the next day. So you could say, oh, but you can just check your calendar right before going to sleep. Okay, this doesn't work because, at least in my case, my calendar is in my phone. So if my calendar is in my phone, then that means I would have to check my phone literally before going to bed, which is something that I don't want to do because I want to switch off any technological device 1 hour before going to bed. That's because I want to have my mind in a peaceful state before actually going to sleep. So I have this notebook right next to my bed so I don't forget to write my thoughts and write my itinerary right before going to sleep. And the third habit is also right here, which is something that I just recently bought. It's called The Evening Rituals Journal by Kelsey Lane. And I found this in the local bookstore near my house. And it asks you three questions. One is, what brought me inner joy and peace today? So that forces your mind to really think about your day and to reflect about what you did on that day and what brought you inner joy and peace. Then the next question is out of alignment. Did I do something that I did not connect with or made me feel unhappy? How can I start to change this? So these are the two questions of this journal. Just let's take a look at what are the things that I've written. Okay, for example, on 5th of January, so not so long ago, I wrote, what brought me inner joy and peace today? Tidying up my space. Okay. And then, did I do something that I did not connect with? Getting overwhelmed with all my to-dos at work. Or maybe some days I realized that I didn't have anything that I brought me joy that day. Perhaps it was a gray day. So, anyways, this evening journal, I think, really helps us to reflect on what we did that day and what didn't resonate with us, and what can we do to change the things that didn't resonate with us. And this leads us to the fourth habit, which is practicing yoga every day. So 3 months ago, or maybe two, I decided to buy an unlimited subscription in Try Yoga, which is a yoga center really near my house. And I've been trying to consistently go to yoga every day. But it's not only yoga, it's yoga, vinyasa, Pilates, bar, dynamic Pilates, like a lot of different sort of meditation as well, a lot of different sort of things that they have. I'm not really promoting Try Yoga, I'm just saying that this is a habit that really has helped me get more in tune with my emotions. I know that if you already do that, then you already know. But for the ones that do not, I really, really recommend doing yoga as a habit or for the new year, or continuing it if you are already doing it. And last but not least, the fifth habit would be the thing that encompasses the four habits that we've already mentioned. So I also have it right with me here. What I'm talking about is this. the habit tracker. So you write down what are your habits, or write a list about them at least, and then you start coloring the ones that you've done that day. So let's see. For example, in my case, today that we are 12th of January, I've done my journaling and I've done my yoga in the morning. So good for me. I haven't done any of the others. This type of tracker doesn't mean that I have to do all of the habits every day. It doesn't mean that. It just means that at least if I see, perhaps in my head, if I see two colors in a day, then I would say that was a good day in which I did something that was nourishing to me. So this list will change obviously for you. You can write the things that you love to do and then color it on each day. I would say the most important thing that this has helped me realize is that perhaps last year, 2023, or even before that, I would start feeling a bit weird or a bit uncomfortable in my own skin, or uncomfortable in general, or something was not quite right. And I would feel perhaps a small ache or a pain in some part of my body, perhaps a headache, perhaps a muscle tension, perhaps the flu. Anything that would happen, or stomach ache, I would feel, usually had to do in my case with something that I wasn't doing for myself. So perhaps that week I didn't do any of these things that I love doing. I didn't journal, I didn't go to yoga, I didn't want to run or to walk, I didn't listen to a podcast, nothing. So perhaps that accumulated throughout, let's say, a week, and then my body starts screaming and starts saying, hey, we are here, listen to us, we need you to take care of us. So in other words, this habit tracker, I would say it's more a self-care tracker. So in this self-care tracker, I can realize when am I abandoning myself a bit. And the way for me to realize that is if perhaps one entire week I haven't colored any of these habits, because I haven't done any of these habits. So that's when I realized, ooh, that's an alarm in my head that I should be conscious of, be mindful of, and that I should do something about it. What's happening this week? Perhaps I'm doing so many things for others. Perhaps I'm putting myself there and not really thinking about me. So that's the magic, I would say, of this habit tracker for me. Let me know if you find this useful as well, and if you do your own version of habit tracking, let me know how that looks like. So thank you for reaching until the end of this video and for listening to the 5 habits that I want to continue in that 2024. Let me know what types of habits do you want to start or continue in this new year. And if you like this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.